So we moved to Tennessee in 2021 from Delaware, and we felt like we were gonna move here and life was just gonna be easy. But for us, moving here started being a life of struggle where we couldn't get clients and door after door was closing. So Andy would have something and then very quickly it would stop, or we thought this opportunity was gonna come through and then it didn't.
At one point in September of 2023, I was down to one client, and that client ended our business relationship.
I remember even the day that that happened, I mean, just devastated. I was just crying because it's like, Lord, we feel like we're doing everything right. What's going on here? Why is the bottom falling out? And we knew there was nothing coming at that moment, and it was just doom and gloom.
As a father, I felt like a failure. I felt like something that's so basic, just to provide for my family, I wasn't able to do that.
We got 1 month behind in our rent, and the company that we rented from did not take partial payments. So we quickly got very behind on bills. We were just scraping by. We had put everything on pause that could be on pause, put things on credit that we had to. Things got bad really, really quick, and it just seemed extremely hopeless, and that there was no lifeline. Like, where is this income gonna come from? We prayed for checks to come in the mail, and people would tell us all these miracles that would happen for them and others, and we would believe for it, and it wasn't happening for us. And so it just felt really discouraging at times, but we also learned in that moment how to rely on the Lord because that's all we had.
Good morning, GraceWorks Ministries. May I help you?
I remember calling that day, and everyone I talked to was so super helpful. She sent me an email. She said, hey, let's sign you up to come utilize the food bank, set you up for a time, as well as the manger, getting me signed up for that, and telling me about the utility and rent assistance, which was huge. I didn't know that existed. And so just the way they treated us with love and grace, I mean, it was so refreshing from how we felt we were being treated by a lot of others, or even how we were treating ourselves. I think when you think of someone who needs assistance from GraceWorks, you don't think of us. You're not thinking of this middle-class family who, you know, is perfectly capable of bringing in money. We're both college graduates, we're a homeschool family. And I think that moment of being at the manger was a little bit of, I don't know, I guess a reality check, one, of how blessed we've been, that we haven't needed something like GraceWorks, but also humbling of like, whoa, how are we here in this moment of time? And it was just full of gratitude for GraceWorks in that moment, that we even had this lifeline, that it even existed, because I would never have known the manger was a thing had I not been sitting in that room that day. One moment that really stands out for me, every family that utilizes the manger gets a box of food that was delivered to our door. And I remember we got home from our son acting in this play, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, which is about a family that's very poor. And the community rallies together and someone drops off food at their front door. And I remember we got home that night from the play, and someone noticed that there was a box outside that we weren't expecting. It was just this crate of a huge turkey and canned goods and a Publix gift card. And I think in that moment, it was like, we just felt so seen. We just felt so seen, like we were struggling in silence, and like we didn't know what to do, but yet GraceWorks and the Lord like saw us. And so getting home to that box for me was like such a pivotal moment of like, it's gonna be okay. And there's people here in our community looking out for us, even when we're distracted. Like, they came together to bring us this meal for Christmas, and this beautiful turkey. It was beautiful. And it was just such a blessing, and something that will always stick with me.
Serena was able to get a job where she has become a community manager. Now we're both full-time employees there. We've been able to pay down debt. GraceWorks was what filled in the gap until we were able to get into a position where we were able to start being more self-sustaining. If I had the chance to go back to how things were before all of this, I wouldn't want it because of the experience that we were able to go through, the relationship that deepened with the Lord. We have this new life. And so I do believe that after this experience, after this time of difficulty, that God has restored and is making all things new in our family.